What's up, guys? I'm going to be reviewing two lockpicking sets, most commonly found on Amazon and eBay. These sets are sets that we get some questions about here on the subreddit, and these were my very first lockpicking sets. I believe I got this one in the mail first, and then probably, I think the next day I got this set. Anyway, I've been lockpicking for, let's see, what is this? This is May, for about 2 to 3 months now. And I figure I'd give you guys a fair evaluation of these sets. Now, I'm going to be reviewing the Azure brand set first, and then I'm going to be reviewing the Mazu. Oops. Come on. The Mazu. So, without further ado, let's get right into this. I've been doing this for like an hour, and I've had some pretty horrendously long takes. So let's get these out. Now, in this set, you get, let me order this real quick. You get 12 picks. You get a key extractor. You get a, come on, there's a certain order that I want to do this in. You get a flag. Let's actually zoom in a little bit. You get a flag. You get a double ball. Get this, keep it from getting in the light. There we go. Get a W rake. Come on. You get an L rake, or a city rake. You get a triple peak, double peak, what looks to be some sort of rocker pick, right? So on the inside of a lock, you can probably use this guy as a fulcrum, and under some heavy tension, you can push the pin up with this point right here, and it is quite pointy. Wow, that was a fail. Anyway, you get two half diamonds, different sizes. Let's put these on top of each other. To focus. Come on. Come on, it wants to focus. I guess it doesn't want to focus. Yeah, there we go. And you get two hooks. You get one with a flat tip and another one with a pointed tip. For all of you people out there that just love perfection. And come on. Let's straighten these up. There you go. Get that in focus. You also get 3 tension wrenches. You get one of these. No twist. You get a tension wrench for shutter locks. They just look like tweezers, but apparently it's a tension wrench. I don't know. I never carry these with me. This is by all means useless to me. And you get a Z-wrench. You get this case for reference. This is flat, flush up against there. So about 1.5 to 1 1/3 card lengths, standard credit card. And you get this guy, practice lock. So, what about the picks themselves? Well, they need a little bit of work. It's difficult to tell, especially with this phone being the way it is. But all of them come factory fresh like this, with this black finish, with just terrible, I don't know how this was machined. I'm not an expert, I could not tell you, but this is very rough. All the picks are going to have this texture, and you need to sand them down with some probably 600 to 800 grit first, and then some 1000 grit, and then anything beyond that to get a mirror finish. I'm not used to working with my hands here, so you can tell that I have some shoddy craftsmanship, But you can get a pretty nice finish on these guys, and once they're all polished up, they can glide right in the lock. And if you had any of those bumps, by the way, especially on this hook right here, it is definitely going to affect your feedback with it scratching all around the inside of the lock. You can't tell if you just pushed a serrated pin up or if you just scraped against another pin. Some pretty nasty business. Sand it if you get these picks. Alright, these tension wrenches, this one especially is very flimsy. I'm not quite sure how to scale this, but to give you an idea of its thickness, or rather to just show you its actual thickness, I have some calipers here. Come on. And there you go. Let's get it for you other folks. Right? Very flimsy. Very easy to bend. This angle right here, very slight angle, it's because I tension the Master 140, and this is the only lock that I use this for occasionally. Sometimes this will work in, I can put this in wafer locks and kind of bring it home that way. But other than that, this tension wrench, very situational. By the way, before I go any further, if you want to decide to step up from your Master number 3 or your number 5, this is number 5, do not get the 140. These guys are stupid easy to pick, even with radical bitting. Right, here's the bitting. If it'll focus, I'm not sure if it matters. Get it in there. Right. Again, this is the 140. Okay. I'm going to use the key extractor for this. Bam, done. Get the 150. It has 5 pins, 2 security pins. This guy, 4 pins, 1 security pin. It's not enough. Not enough for good practice, at least in my opinion. Anyway, here's a Z-wrench. This Z-wrench is by far the best wrench in this kit. It'll get into most keyways, or at least most low security keyways, like this Master number 5. This Master 140 is just good luck. Well, it's a 140. You might be able to get it open anyway. Here's a 570. Good luck fitting a pick in there. 410 lockout, tag out. Wow. Okay, 1 second. There we go. 410 lockout, tag out. Not very workable. And it brings high security. I can tell you right now, no way. You're not going to get a pick in there. However, most doorways, most door locks, this guy's just fine. Over at my school, they have best brand keyways, and that's where I found these guys. These sort of Mortise cylinders. This is what they look like. This is not from my school. I got this from the locksmith. Please, nobody go crazy. Got a doorknob here. Just barely. You can probably do top of the keyway on this guy, actually. Yeah, top of the keyway works pretty nicely. One of these. This guy is going to look like top of the keyway. Yep. And there you go. Let's get some measurements on him. Back at 0. Sorry, I'm doing this through the camera. There we go. That's how thick it is. If you want this dimension, there you go. Oh, forgot to do it. Yeah. There you go. These picks need some love and care. Sand them down. Make sure. I mean, this mirror finish is literally only for aesthetics. There's no reason to polish to take all the black off here. But if you're going to use some sandpaper, well, you will need to use some sandpaper. You will have to polish along the edge. And in the end, these turn out to be really great picks. I like these things. This is the practice lock that comes with it. It is a crap ass practice lock, just to say. Let me see if I can prove my point. If I can get this to focus. Alright, let me just pick this guy. Yep. If you look closely, I just got pin number 3. Try this one more time, hopefully. Keep an eye on this pin right here. See if I can, there you go. Oops, it's 4, 3. Yep, bad lock. And the worst, well, I mean, it's kind of subjective. You can rekey this thing. It does give you keys. That way you can show your buddies how a lock works. Here's the bitting. Bam. You want to practice with your comb picks. If you want to practice shimming, either up here or right here around the cylinder, this is going to be your lock. It's not meant for security. You can rekey this, and this is how you do it. See wrench. See the A? Just put pressure on the A. Bam, you can access the pins. The pins in diameter are 100 thousandths of an inch. I don't know what that translates to in non-freedom units, but there you go. I tried putting some quick set security pins in here, and these chambers seem like they're tapered, because these security pins, they will just catch pretty much exactly where the driver pins are and stay there. And I have to go in there with a lockpick and poke them out. It's not fun. If you're going to get some security pins, or if you want security pins in this, I suggest that you look for ones with a diameter of 100 thousandths, possibly less. I don't know. I'm not a locksmith. I mean, like, well, whatever. Or alternatively, you can put these, you can kind of do the Bosnian bill and put these in a drill and make your own security pins out of these, which I think would probably be the better option. As far as practice lock goes, to practice lock picking, I would say this is a terrible decision, but to see the concept of picking a lock, this is pretty great. But for 17 bucks, you know, it's kind of a neat addition, especially with the keys. As far as usefulness of these picks, you get a half flag, double ball, and what is it? This guy, just way too radical for me. Sometimes I can't even get this in a keyway, but the L brake seems to do just fine. Don't know why. To me, the picks that are the most worth using, let's move these over here, this key extractor. These picks right here, these are your bread and butter. These conditional, at least in my opinion. So, how do they feel? Well, these guys are pretty thin, calipers. Oops, these guys are pretty thin. 23 thousandths of an inch. Or let's get this in focus. There we go. Crisp. Yeah. That is about it for these lockpicks. Again, these are the Azure lockpicks. Let's see, in terms of use, as far as the locks that I've picked with these go, I find these to be the superior set compared to the Mazu. Sorry for jumbling it up here. Yeah, there are some winners in this. There are some losers, absolutely. But like I said, you have everything that you need to pick some locks that you come against, probably except for ones with crazy paracentric keyways. But that's about it. You get a decent selection of rakes, and the rakes themselves, they work pretty fantastically. They fit in most keyways, I forgot to mention. The picks themselves. Tension wrenches of this set, not too great. You're going to need to make your own. This guy right here, flimsy, crappy. My only use for it is for a confidence lock when I'm feeling especially bad for myself. This C-wrench right here is going to fit in most deadbolts, door locks, stuff like that. Some master locks or cheap locks with wide open keyways. This is good. It's solid, nice and thick. Great tension wrench, but you need some more. Let's see if I have custom one. Yeah, 1 second here. If you make them out of windshield wiper blades, like many recommend, these will complete your set. Again, these were made from windshield wiper blade inserts, some pliers, and some snips. I don't know what you call them. Cutters. But add these to your set, and you're good to go. This is my everyday carry set. Oop, let me get these tension wrenches. Minus the tweezers. Let's get this back in focus. Alright. Now for the Mazu set. What can I say? Well, this is not something where I can just pick one pin and get the entire lock to open. So was this bitting better on purpose or by accident? We'll never know. But I don't think I would trust these guys for a practice lock. If you want a practice lock, this is your practice lock. Number 3 or number 5. Same concept. Virtually nothing is different aside from the color. These set of picks are, well, they were around $10 when I bought them. And let's see what we got. Let's zoom in. Okay, hopefully nothing falls over. So let's order these. We have 1, 2, a second 2. Come on. Come on, I can find it. 3, no 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's get these out of here. Don't know why it's there. All right, so aesthetically, we have handles on these guys, which will improve their feel, or at least improve the comfort. They're light. The pick material, the pick material is thicker. It's much more durable. Let me get a get an example here. Here's the L rake from the Azure set. Here's dimple rake. This is like 25% bigger compared to these picks. I mean, excuse me, not bigger, thicker. They're a little bit harder, not a little bit, they're much harder to bend. But that comes at a price. However, I must say, I did not have to touch these. These came totally fine, they're smoothed down. And yeah, I opened my very first lock with this set, and that's not the practice locks. As far as the pick quality goes, it is mostly hooks. You have one rake for a lock that many of you will probably never encounter, and if you do, you're probably not going to spend just 10 bucks on a set of picks. So, dimple rake, trash, at least to me. You have these picks, which are, I would say, pretty useless. Look how deep those are. Come on, focus. Come on. There we go. This guy's a little chewed up because I stuck him and I tried raking with this on my first day. So, yeah. Battle scars. But it's okay because I've never used this thing since. How thick are these exactly? Well, here is your standard master keyway. Check out how much of that lock this thing takes up. 570. Just barely gets in there. Lock out, tag out. I think it's pretty much flush. And the Brinks lock that I destroyed this thing with. Oh yeah, can't even get a tension wrench in there. At least not bottom of the keyway. Another thing that's quite disappointing is the fact that we have two duplicates. Or one set of duplicates. Kind of take this as you will. So, you know, it's like out of a set of 9 picks, you have 4 that are just kind of, you're never really gonna use them. They're not practical. You have 2 duplicates. You have one that very conditional. I've opened a couple of quick sets with these. It doesn't look like any sort of bypass tool or anything. Not advertised as such. It's okay. This pick, I would kind of put this between being useful and useless. Now, of the 4 that are useful, one is a duplicate. There's not really much of a difference. This number 3 is a little bit thinner than the number 2s. If we can get this to focus, there we go. And we have a half diamond. This half diamond, not bad. Pretty good half diamond. The tension wrenches in this set are excellent. They're a little thick. Let's measure the thickness. Okay. I just farted. But I'm not going to do another take. And there's the rest of the fart, if you heard that. Again, I will not be doing another take. Anyway, these tension wrenches, like I said, are excellent. They fit in most Mortise cylinder keyways. Not sure what brand that was. This appears to be a quick set. You can get the pins pretty easily in this thing. Or not the pins, you can get the wrench in this thing pretty easily. And this is the thin side, not the fat side. I can't imagine any lock that would be able to fit this and you still be able to fit a pick in there. Here is a Best brand knockoff. Has a little bit of difficulty, but otherwise fits in there, maybe some slop. However, that's when you get to use this guy with a twist. Goes in there just fine. Very strong, very durable. These, I use these, out of this entire kit, I use the tension wrenches the most. But you should, I mean, you have some stuff to consider. How should I word it? You shouldn't be buying this kit just for the tension wrenches. That's silly. All in all, this kit, let me show you its entirety. Here's the case, very flimsy case, clear plastic, not comfortable in your pocket. The handles are a pretty big sacrifice to form factor, if that's what you want. If you want something small, covert, these are the picks that you want, the Azure brand. Now, drawbacks, or what are the good aspects of these? They're very strong picks. The handles make it easier to use. And you have a duplicate in there. Don't know how important that is to you guys. And the tension wrenches are excellent. Very good tension wrenches. All things, let's see. This is what you're going to be getting for about 10 bucks. For this, okay, alright, here. You're going to get mostly hooks in this. You have one rake, but it's going to be a rake that you will most likely never use. This guy, pretty good bang for your buck, I think. Aside from our custom-made wrenches. Oops. Let's put that. Comparatively, this is 9 picks. This is 12. That's including, in this set, that's including the dimple rake, and in this set, that's including the key extractor. So I suppose 11 picks plus a key extractor. The tension wrenches in this, one is really flimsy and terrible. The other one works in fat keyways. But if you want this to be a jack-of-all-trades kit, consider making your own tension wrenches. You have an assortment of rakes in here, and they're, in my opinion, if you give them the love and tenderness that they need, the rakes will open most of the locks that you encounter, most of the low security locks that you encounter. And so, what is the verdict on this? Well, I definitely do not regret my purchase, but if I had to make the purchase again, I would probably get these guys. Now, obviously, these are for the person who wants to get a $10 to $20 entry-level kit. There are much better kits out there, but if you had any questions or concerns regarding these picks, hopefully I've addressed them. If not, feel free to shoot me a PM, and I'll gladly answer you. Thanks for your time.